Hello traders, this is Dennis and this is my weekend report for week ending October 28th, and we are looking at the S&P 500. As you can see, it was not a very good week. Got a red candle here, down for the week. I put a little channel here. We got this little downtrend channel going after hitting an all-time high back in August, and we just continue to drift lower. If you look at this on the daily, you can really see how we're just zigzagging back and forth, and we're just drifting lower, and we're taking out a lot of the major moving averages as we drift lower. So we really need to see things move quickly to the downside to kind of bring this to an end, kind of like what you saw down here. Because if we're just going to continue this process here, this could last for quite some time until we actually scare some people out of the market. So that's where this market is heading. If we look at some commodities, see where they're going, and let's start with oil. There it is, and here we are again where we got up there to that $51 mark, and we have a down week, and we give some of our gains back. Actually, we gave last 2 weeks of gains back. So that $51 mark continues to be major resistance for oil. I think you hear my dog in the back there. She is upset about something. Other things I'm looking at here, we'll take a look at the gold. A little bit of an up week, but this actually looks more bearish than bullish, because when you get a big down move, then you start retracing it slowly. That's never a good thing. You know, I would rather see a big rebound here than this little trickle higher. This could easily turn around and head lower. Silver, same situation. It's just barely budging off of this low it put in. My gold miners actually had a down week for the week, so I mean, it's hanging in there just above some major support, but we'll be watching this. Everybody's hinged on whether or not interest rates are going to go up. If interest rates do go up, then chances are the metals will sell off. Now let's look at some currencies. We'll start with my strong week rankings. And as you can see, actually at the top, it's pretty much the same. New Zealand gained some strength compared to the previous week, but the dollar and the Aussie, they're both a little bit stronger, but not a whole lot. The pound seems to have ended its bleeding for a while. We'll see what happens from there. And now let's look at some currencies themselves. We'll start with that familiar U.S. dollar, euro, U.S. dollar, and we did have an up week. It doesn't look very impressive here, but if you look at this on the daily, we had a big candle here today on Friday. So this definitely looks like we are reversing, and maybe this down move is over. This line here is a major area of resistance, and we did finished the day above it, so we'll have to see if that can hold in the next week, and maybe a little pullback, and this thing will continue to shoot higher. It's got a ways to go before it gets up to these other two moving averages, so this could move up a bit. Now let's look at the Aussie US dollar. This should not be doing much since they are both strong currencies, and yeah, it's not doing a whole lot actually. That's the daily. Let's look at the weekly. Yeah, for the weekly, you know, we're just not doing anything right now. We're just kind of moving sideways here. And if you do look at it on the daily, look what happens here at 0.77. I mean, we just keep hitting that, and it keeps retracing off of it. So that is some. I should put a red line there, because that is definitely an area of major resistance. So we'll be watching that. I mean, how many times have we hit that just to see it pull back? But we're still drifting higher, so you actually got a bit of a wedge forming here. I mean, your higher highs aren't happening, but you're still having higher lows. So as this starts to squeeze, maybe it's eventually going to break to the upside. But at this point, a break above this line or a break below the 200 moving average will kind of tell us which way this thing's going to go. Other things I'm looking at are the Euro Aussie was kind of interesting. Also, we had a pretty good reversal candle here with some follow through. This is the daily we're looking at, and if you look at this on the weekly, yeah, a pretty good reversal candle. So it does have have the 200 week moving average that's got to try to get through. So we'll have to see if that holds. But this thing could move higher. We'll just have to see what it does. Back to the daily here. The 145 is going to be a major area of resistance. So we'll see if it can get through that. That should happen early next week. What else to look at? We can take a quick look at U.S. dollar yen. This thing had been moving pretty good, but we did get a down day today. If you look at it on the weekly, looks like it's got a little bit upper shadow, so maybe, just maybe, this little creeping higher might be finished. I mean, we're in a pretty strong downtrend up here, but we're trying to find some support. So this is still a bit indecisive where it wants to go from here. It's not making any real big moves. Last one I want to look at is the U.S. dollar, Canadian dollar. Again, it just keeps creeping higher. I just feel like it's going to head lower, but of course, if you're shorting this right now, it can be painful watching this thing creep higher on you. So we kind of have to be patient and maybe wait for that to finally break down and then short it on a retracement. That would probably be how I'd play this right now. As far as the markets in general, everything just seems to be waiting for the U.S. elections to get over with right now. And I can't give heads or tails on who the markets are favoring at this point. I've seen the markets move both ways, no matter which candidate is doing better. So we'll just have to wait until the election is over, and then I guess the market will show its hand at that time, and then we'll react to it. So that's what I got for you this week. Hopefully everyone has a great weekend. Talk to you later.